All right, well, welcome back to the Cypress Sports Show, brought to you by Coach's Corner, your go-to spot before and after the game. I'm Jeff Russell here with Mark Slevcove. Today, we're going to welcome back Coach Crooks from the football staff to give us a little intro on to our game this week against Catella. And we're going to catch up with volleyball superstar Zoey Henson as well. Coach Slevcove, coming off a bye week, and surprisingly, we moved up in the rankings. What do you think of that?
That's right. We talked about a couple weeks ago. I don't know if we remember when our Cypress football team's been in the top 10. And this week we didn't play and we move up to tied for 10th. So that's pretty cool from the Orange County Register. LA Times has got us number 19 in the county. We're actually in the Southland, including LA County and some other places. So good start for the boys, and hopefully they continue against Catella this week. Girls volleyball opens up league play this week with matches versus Tustin and Pacifica. Girls are ranked 15th overall in CIF, which puts them in the Division I or Division II bracket.
That's a tough one.
At the end of the season, we'll see where we end up falling. Girls tennis went 3-0 last week with victories over Oxford, El Dorado, and La Quinta. They're 6-1 now on the year, and they got matches against Edison and Yorba Linda this week. Boys water polo played 6 games last week. They went 4-2 with 2 non-league games and 4 tournament games. Nathan Burgess continues to play well, leading the team on both ends of the pool, offensively and defensively. Aaron Zeff and Ian Teneman split time in the goal, making some big saves for our squad. Cross country opened up the season, the Lucerna Lancer Invite. Boys varsity finished 6th in the meet with Raymond Rodriguez placing 4th overall. Impressive time of 15:43. Matt Huang had a nice run as well, 16:30. Those are our captains on the boys' side, and they had some good runs. Girls varsity finished 9th overall in the invite, and they continued to develop depth to have a full and competitive varsity team this year. And then our girls golf team, 2-0 this season after defeating Marina last week with a score of 191. Typical scores of Catherine Gerbing, Kristen Legaspi, both shot even par. But the breakout performance was from freshman Brooke Sato, who shot even par as well. So nice showing by our girls last week.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're going to be a good team, definitely, as we move on through league and then we get to the playoffs. Hopefully, the girls can make a big run like they did last year. It was super fun. Well, we got through the heat. That was big. The last couple of weeks, we've had a lot of heat, so we're through that time, starting to cool down. Certainly getting busy around here. Lots of sports going on, lots of games, lots of activities. But we did find some time to catch up with some cross-country athletes, and part of our segment, How Well Do You Know? We asked them, how well do you know your captains? Here's what they had to say.
All right, we're here with senior cross-country runner Aiden Kobo, sophomore cross-country runner McCovey Jackson, sophomore cross-country runner Yvonne Lamb, sophomore cross-country runner Arlene Diaz, cross-country captains Alexis Higa, Matt Huang, Mia Rendon, and Raymond Rodriguez. How well do you know your captains, Aiden? Got 4 questions for you. First one, which captain hates the iPhone the most?
I know it's not the 2 boys because they both have iPhones. I'm gonna go with Alexis.
Alexis? Oh my gosh. Matt? Wait, no. Alexis.
Alexis. I hate the iPhone. I have a Samsung.
Second question, which captain is most likely to go running on their own?
Raymond.
Yeah, that'd be Raymond.
Mia.
Mia.
That'd be me. The boys talk a lot. Need some alone time.
Which captain is most likely to stay up all night doing homework?
Oh no, that's Matt. I know that one.
Mia.
Easy one for you.
Matt.
I don't know. Mia.
That would be me. I have 3 AP classes and I also take choir. So I have after school rehearsals, so I rarely get home until 5:30.
All right, and then last one. Which captain is most shy and least likely to ask someone out on a date?
I guess that last one's Mia, but I mean, also with Alexis, so that's kind of hard too. I guess I'll go with Mia.
Matt.
Another easy one for you.
Raymond.
Alexis.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's me. I tend to overthink things a lot, and I second guess myself, and nothing ever happens.
All right, well, this week we bring back Coach Crooks to the program. Coach, we had a week off, chance to heal up. We had some banged up players. How was the week in recovery, and how healthy are we as we move forward this week?
Well, the week itself was miserably hot. So I think it was the best time to do a bye week, because if we had to be in pads and have a game that week to do all that heat, it would have been miserable. So I think definitely a great week to have a bye. We did heal up a bunch of our guys, so we have all of our DBs are back and healthy and stuff. We had some guys banged up, and Bobby and Destin, and so they're back this week. Adam Wilkie is also, or Jacob Wilkie is also back as well. He had a little banged up shoulder, so we'll see how he does and everything else. But it's just a time like that just to get back. The only bad thing about bye weeks, I think, is that it's hard to continue the momentum that we have gained in the first three games we have, and then continue that momentum through bye week, the way CIF has the rules and everything else, by not being in pads and everything else. So kind of going back to summer practices. So right now we've been kind of anxious to get back to it, actually hitting again and stuff, and working on the fields and getting ready for this week against Catella.
It's definitely cooler in the weight room, I could imagine, than being out on the field.
Yes, definitely. It was hot.
Well, Catella comes in this week. They've had some pretty good success the last few years. CIF champion in 2017, deep run into the state playoffs. This year they're 1-3 so far, but how's their team overall?
You know, Catella keeps improving. I mean, Coach Viramontes is doing a good job over there in his second season. They won the title with De Palma over there when he was there. I think he's now over at Valencia or
Yorba
Linda probably. So I believe he's moving in the right direction with his program. They've had a couple of tough losses this year. They only lost 3 points with Laguna Hills, 4 points to Tribuca Hills, and we kind of find common opponents. So Tribuca last week played Tustin, who's in our league, and Tribuca Hills beat them 52 to something. So, I mean, they totally destroyed Tustin that week. So we're looking at them. We're not taking it easy on Catella at all. He's doing a great job with his kids that he has, and they're improving each week. And they got a victory last week versus Portola. So we're coming off a bye week, not looking past them at all. We're concentrating on them before we do anything else, and moving on, and excited for this week.
Okay, Coach, I know Catella is mostly a running team, but they may pass the ball, and I'm sure that we're going to focus on the run. But how do we keep our guys focused on the defensive end so they're not caught off guard with like that random pass for like big yardage?
Well, just understanding the scheme that we have in place and the reads that we have to do. So based on certain coverages, you're keying different guys and in certain routes, or if the tight end runs, the safety has this responsibility. If he passes, the safety has this responsibility. So it's just those keys that we have to emphasize and be home. Let our D-line chop up everything, make plays, let our linebackers fill, and DBs cover the best we can, and just contain the quarterback and not go hand off, and let them boot across and take that bite. So just be disciplined each snap of the game to make sure that we keep them contained.
You mentioned already Catella got their first win last week against Portola, 28-0. They've done a pretty good job on defense overall. What are the keys for us offensively against their defense?
Making big plays, extending drives, moving the chains, ball possession, keeping them off the field so that we don't have to, if defense goes 3 and out, have our offense do an extended drive, take some time off the clock, and just making first downs and scoring points. As long as the offense does that, defense will respond and help out at what we can do. So our offense has a good game plan in this week, and we're anxious to see how we do.
Coach, we have a former Cypress principal who's over at Catella helping with special teams. And we know when he was here at Cypress, he did a great job of telling us how far we were from goal lines. I know he did that a lot. Being in charge of special teams, we know that plays a big role in a high school game. Do we have anything fun, exciting, maybe some trickery there for him?
We have some things up our sleeve for Carpenter. So he's he's great to us and very supportive when he was here and stuff, and being on the sidelines, being all energetic and everything. It's good to have that vibe on the sideline. So I believe one time, didn't he say something's like an NFL special teams or kicking or one of those things, right?
Could have been
a coach
right?
of some sort, yeah.
But no, he's done a great job as a principal when he was here. especially he's helping out with the kickers and stuff. He always has his hand in everything. He's a great guy. Even a celebrity. He's on talk show, game host shows.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be interesting to catch up with him. So it's been a while since we saw him, but he does a great job. And we have some things under our sleeve for their special team. So we're excited about it.
Can't wait to see it. What are the keys defensively for us, other than keying in on their quarterback? Who's our defense going to be most concerned with?
Well, their running game. I mean, they're 81% run, 19% pass. So I mean, they're high run offense, and it's just being disciplined and not getting that play action fake. You know, if it's 3rd and short and we think it's going to be a run, they just boot action and take the edge and get that first down. But they have Isaac Diaz does a great job for them at quarterback. You know, he does a great job play action and throwing on the move. And then they have 2 good running backs, Gabriel Dotson and Raymond Perez. You know, kind of like a thunder lightning kind of thing. So, I mean, again, Catella is improved. You know, so they're not just a normal Catella where you think it's another bye week. They're been in games this past week, and then the previous weeks of their opponents. They're a good physical football team, and we cannot take them lightly. We have to rally to it and not come off a bye off lazy. We got to start fast and finish strong.
Coach, I guess last week we created a little bit of controversy. We asked Aiden Houston a question towards the end about who would win in a race between you and Coach Feldman. I guess those comments really stirred some stuff up. So right here, right now, let's set the record straight. Who wins in a sprint between you and Feldman?
In our high school or to date? In our high school prime or now coaching prime?
I'm saying right now,
Me.
today. We go out on the field.
Me.
You?
Me.
I think it sounds like we got to get some wagers going and see who's better out on the field, maybe up in the next coming weeks. What do you think?
I'd have to give some time to stretch. So,
All right. Well, thanks, Coach Crooks, for coming in and giving us the scoop. We also have volleyball player and University of Washington commit Zoey Henson here today. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Zoey, hey, you've been a varsity player for 4 years, kind of really 3 years, right, when we didn't have the COVID year, but you've accomplished so much in that amount of time. First team All-League as a freshman, co-MVP last year. What goals have you set for yourself this year?
Let's see. Goals I've set for myself this year, definitely going farther in CIF than round 2. That's always kind of been something that I personally want to accomplish here. And to be honest, I think we have a lot of talent on the team this year. And I know that you're conditioned to say we're winning CIF this year, just, as default. But I actually think we can do it this year. So that's definitely one of my goals, is going at least far in CIF.
Very good. Well, you guys are off to a great start, and we're going to be in Division 1 or Division 2, so certainly it's going to be a challenge in CIF, but I'm sure we'll be ready for it. You've been playing indoor volleyball for us, but you've signed in college for beach volleyball. When did you start playing beach volleyball, and what makes it so different from indoors?
I started playing beach volleyball when I was about 12, but seriously at 13 years old was my first beach nationals. What makes it different from indoor volleyball is, first of all, there's only 2 people on the court, so you're touching and included in every single play. And also it's, on the beach, so it makes you very tan and stuff like that. And I personally just chose to pursue that in college because I just love the sport that much more. And I grew up in indoor volleyball, so obviously it's going to be a big change for me to leave that behind for college and stuff. But I am excited to see what I can accomplish in beach volleyball.
Do all the touches on the sand help translate when you get back into the gym?
Oh yeah, for sure. It definitely has improved my ball control 1,000%. I have a lot more roll shots and tips that I can do that also score points in indoor. So they definitely both help each other out in that sense.
So you mentioned being on the beach and being tan, but you chose Washington. The sun doesn't come out a lot
Yeah,
there,
so
right?
it's actually a joke that I have with my parents is I'm actually doing them a favor because I'm saving myself from getting sunburnt for 4 years. So I'll come back to the sun one day, but I'm just helping them out for 4 years.
Perfect. Well, you're leading the team in kills and digs this season. To do that, you also need good teammates, as you know. What teammates are you counting on this year with our team? And how are teams in league going to kind of match up and shut you down?
Let's see. So the teammates that are definitely helping me out a lot more this year than they ever have is Tyriana Allen, my libero, who covers everything behind me, so I don't really have to worry about the back row when I'm in the front row and stuff like that. And also my setter, Anaya Vaialua. I kind of grew up playing volleyball with them, so our connection on the court is very, very unique in a way, and we make a lot of plays that are just based off of connection, really. So that's really helping us out, and that's what's giving us such a strong start. In league, League has never really been something that's like kind of a concern for us. We've kind of always expected to win league, which also puts a lot of pressure on the team when it comes to league openers like today and stuff like that. Is we have the pressure that we need to beat these teams so that we can be prepared for CIF and stuff like that. So it's really just more on us and how we perform on our side of the court versus what the other team has to offer us.
Yeah, we've certainly done really well in league. I don't know how many years in a row we've won. It's been 8, it's been 9, several seasons, well before you were ever here. And this week we open up against Tustin and Pacifica. What do we know about those teams and anyone else in the league?
I grew up playing Tustin my freshman year. They always had like pretty big hitters, and they were always super duper loud and energetic, and that can cause teams to get in their head a lot. So it creates a lot more effectiveness for them on their side. So it's definitely going to be a mental toughness game for us today, where we just have to stay focused and disciplined the whole time. Pacifica also does have a lot of energy, but I think that's just because they go out there with nothing to lose, and just the effort is just like all over the place. You know what I mean? So it's definitely going to be fun matches this week, but I don't think skills-wise, I think we can beat them in that way.
Well, very cool. At this time of the program, we do a little rapid-fire questions with the athletes. So don't overthink it. Just answer whatever comes to your head. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, first one. Any pregame rituals that you have before the match?
I listen to music every day.
All right. Other than the Cypress, which league gym would you like to play in most?
Tustin High School. They have air conditioning.
Very good. Especially last week would have been nice, right? If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I would choose flight. I would like to fly places.
That would make sense, right? And you said you like to listen to songs. So what's the best song to pump you up before a game?
Ooh, probably Money Trees by Kendrick.
What is a favorite sports quote?
Ooh, oh my goodness. This is not very rapid fire of me. But it was, oh my goodness, I cannot think of one right now, actually, to be honest. I'm totally blanking out. It was like, make an effort, not an excuse.
Yeah, good one.
And I don't remember who it was by, but that one's always been in my mind.
That's a great one. Favorite pregame meal?
Ooh, probably a Subway sandwich.
Can Coach Alex actually ball it up, or is she just coaching now?
Yeah, every Joe that she stepped in, she's always been the one to win it. So she still got it.
She still got it. That's awesome. Yeah. All right, well, great stuff today, Coach. Thanks again to Coach Crooks and Zoey Henson. She's pretty well-spoken, isn't she?
Yeah, well-spoken. Senior confidence. Looking forward to a great league season and CIF run for them.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun, I'm sure. Well, thanks to those two for hanging out with us. Get out to see some volleyball this week. Get over to Glover Stadium for the football game. Tickets are on GoFan for all of our gated sports, as well as that game on Thursday. Just a reminder that students with ASB, you do get into the games for free, and you do not need a GoFan ticket, but you have to have your ASB card in order to get in. Other than that, thanks for watching. Again, get over to Coach's Corner before and after the game, and we'll see you again next week.